Hello everybody and welcome back to Satisfactory. Hey, what is all this? This isn't how my place left. Season's greetings. What season are you talking about? Are these snowflakes? What is this strange land I'm in? This isn't where we left off. And presents? For me? Hello everybody and welcome to FICSMAS, the seasonal event hosted by Satisfactory. And I'm excited to try this out. I kind of neglected it in our typical playthrough. So I wanted to start just its own little world that we have to take advantage of this. But I'll let Ada explain more.
An official Fix-It seasonal event brought to you by official Fix-It Fun engineers. FICSMAS is based on a seasonal holiday popular in several cultures and religions, often seen as a winter holiday because no one actually cares about Australasia. The event is vetted to be 100% pioneer-appropriate fun and is not obligatory. FICSMAS enables many new distracting activities focused on building the giant FICSMAS tree. These activities involve the MAM, the FICSMAS calendar, and those abominations falling from the sky. There is more, but I don't care. In the interest of us all, I will tell you that FICSMAS has caused stress, lack of focus, general despair, and physical injury to many pioneers. It is the worst scoring event ever created by FICSIT, and has gotten backlash for its blatant cultural inappropriateness. So when you inevitably change your mind and decide to disable this event, you will have chosen humanity and kittens and puppies, you will have chosen truth and empathy, you will have made me proud.
So there you have it. We are starting FICSMAS, and that means that every day we get to click on this advent calendar and unlock a new little item, either part of the FICSMAS thing or just a gift. So this is our first.
Contains the FICSMAS MAM tree setup and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first two branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand.
I love that Ada tried every single time to get us to stop doing this. I think that was a good touch. Very hilarious. But we're going to open up 3 of these because we started our filming on day 3 of FICSMAS. But yeah, we got 30 Pulse Noblest there. Pretty good. We are going to be playing this on a slightly creative mode. I did want to experience all the FICSMAS things, but I didn't want to get bogged down with a brand new playthrough. So, all the general factory stuff, the iron, the plates, the wires, the copper, all that.
Build gun trinket. It can be equipped
it's
at
just
the
a trinket.
in the hub.
Anyways, all of that is going to be done off camera and mostly in creative mode because I just want to focus on the merriment. So, much of the FICSMAS tree is unlocked through the MAM in this FICSMAS holiday event here. We got the first cartridge, so we get to make our tree. That's all it takes.
The purpose of FICSMAS is to build and decorate a giant FICSMAS tree with style. The FICSMAS category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made. Like FICSMAS branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me, that glitter got everywhere. You're welcome.
Anyway, so we have a couple things to unlock. The next section of the giant FICSMAS tree we can't unlock until we get another one of those data cartridges, which will come on day 4. They do hold out on a lot of the stuff and keep it locked behind whatever day it is in the month. So that was kind of fun. It was a lot of fun to do this. But as my character is pointing, we are going to go grab a bunch of those gifts and start the production process. And like I said, it's semi-creative mode, so of course we have to have our Rock and Sleigh jetpack.
Congratulations, you have found your first FICSMAS gift package, which is, naturally, full of gifts, the basic part necessary for most FICSMAS seasonal event activities. Don't forget to check the calendar or the map to see what you can do with these gifts. Or do forget, I don't care.
Gotta love Ada. So, grabbing a bunch of gifts on our way through the world, and then that will get
You
us
will need
started.
that. Not worth the effort. Yes, yes, well done.
Yes, yes. So I decided to go into the Greenlands, the lush meadows,
This is ridiculous.
to experience a new area because we've been stuck in the desert for so long. But yeah, now that we have enough gifts and raw materials, we can make our tree. So we're gonna put it here for now, but eventually we will give it a more decorated space. Yeah, giant tree. Who can ask for more? So, now that we have gifts, we can start automating. Well, not automating. We can start constructing. Automation will come later. But we need to make tree branches to unlock the next thing. So, we're going to do a little building. Not exactly a montage. This is a lot of the building is going to be sped up here, but a lot of the building was kind of the fun part of FICSMAS, is seeing the best way to automate your workshop, not factory, and pretty excited to show you what we came up with. So we feed the gifts in there, and then it makes the tree branches. And eventually I'll remember that in creative mode I can make better conveyor belts, faster ones, so don't have to wait. But the great thing about Satisfactory is if you have time to spend, you have resources to make. So we're just going to let that run through, and now we have access to more
Candy
materials.
canes are used to create several items. In this case, when combined with the Xeno Zapper, you will gain a piece of equipment perfect for use against anyone on my naughty list. Like whoever hard-coded and black-boxed this event.
So for the candy cane basher, we just need candy canes and some other stuff. And these are the candy cane decorations. We didn't end up using very much, but it did unlock the next resource, which is a bow. So let's go ahead and just get all the materials we need. There was some waiting in the FICSMAS event because until you can unlock the next data cartridge, all you can really do is build up materials. We have yet to be able to automate any of this, so occasionally we do need to go out on gift box runs. We only need 10 candy canes for this, and that'll be easy. And before you know it, we have everything we need to make our next weapon. 41 candy canes. It's excellent. Now we have a new tool. One of the best parts of this. Well, I'll wait till I explain which ones are the best parts. But I do love this candy cane basher.
A baby could have found this.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but none of our machines are actually hooked up to any power poles, and that's because they run on FICSMAS Spirit. And the local population just don't believe in FICSMAS, and we just have to convince them of the wonders of the holiday season. You too. See, we've got two new believers. Our machines will do well. I love this thing.
FICSMAS bows can be crafted from gifts in the constructor and can be combined with candy canes to make the candy cane decoration. Unfortunately for us both, this is only the first of several decorations, and you have been encouraged to spend your time and effort on these precision-engineered fleeting moments of joy.
So once you start getting new items to make, you start quickly realizing that FICSMAS is all about making and remaking your factories, expanding workshops, actually, not factories. It's all about the FICSMAS spirit. Yep, so there's going to be a lot of designing and redesigning and expanding as we get new and more complex objects. So I have these 3 dedicated storages to hold everything that we've made thus far. And I can just load it up with gifts. I do need to keep some gifts on me because that's how we make certain other things. But with all that said and done, we now have the 3 first primary resources. So we can once again go out and collect. Ooh, what's this? And I didn't notice until editing this, but when I walk out the door, if you look to the left of the screen, you can still see the smoke rising from my explosion. But with that, day 4 has dawned upon us, and we can now revisit the advent calendar and unlock the next cartridge, which brings us to the next stage of FICSMAS.
FICSMAS map-tree branches to be unlocked. Fixit thought it was being very clever with the layout of this research tree. About as clever as you.
So now that we have day 4 cartridges, we can now work on the next part of our research tree. All we need for that is some candy canes and some bows. So let's get that done. So we've got a couple new resources.
Ornaments are produced from
ornaments and actual snow.
But this time in the smelter. Now I hope you listen to that, because I will not repeat it no matter how confusing this all is. Blame the original Fix-It Fun engineers. Most of them ended up in jail for various reasons. But do not worry, the event has since been vetted by the second generation of Fix-It Fun engineers, who were only sued. Does it satisfy you to spend your days chasing gifts? Does it feel like an achievement, so joyfully neglecting our mission? Do you think your tree is pretty enough for you to deserve humanity's forgiveness? You can now make actual snow from gifts. And by actual snow, I mean it is constructed from chemical elements. With this actual snow, you can now make FICSMAS snowmen, which are proven to improve pioneer socialization and combat loneliness. Having too many snowmen, however, has proven to be detrimental to a pioneer's health.
So now that we got new recipes, once again it is time to revisit our factory design. Because these constructors won't be able to make the ornaments, and we're going to need an extra one if we want to start making snow. So let's go ahead and move them a little closer to the storage units. Load them on in. And set up our new splitters to deliver the gifts. As we see here, the smelter will give us the red and blue.
Stands as a monument to inefficiency. For what is FICSMAS if not an insult to productivity? A seasonal event where joy is manufactured, constructed, assembled. Completing your FICSMAS tasks will not result in a tangible reward, but you will be gifted the eventual knowledge that all this time could have been used to achieve true, meaningful contribution.
And with those machines set, we shall be making the next set of materials. There we go. A new day dawns. We have enough materials to unlock the next set.
You can now finally automate gift production with the FICSMAS gift tree and focus your attention back on tasks of actual importance, like not questioning where the gifts are coming from and improving your infrastructure.
Yep, improving we will be doing. And so now we have the FICSMAS gift tree, which is a little expensive in the beginning, but eventually we'll be making them in mass. But this is basically like a miner. It produces gifts at 15 gifts per minute. However, there's no way of increasing that. There's no power shards that can be put into there. So if you want more than 15 gifts per minute, you're going to have to build more than one tree. And that is how we start the automation of FICSMAS. Another day, another advent calendar piece to unlock. Some of them a little more tricky than others. There was a hint button at the bottom. As you see there, you can type in which number you're looking for, but I really wanted to challenge myself to be able to see them. Got a bunch of FICSMAS coupons, or Fix-It coupons, which is typically pretty nice, but since we're playing on a mostly creative mode, not as useful. I just tightened up the conveyor belts a little bit between those two shots, and I added this storage up here. Gave it some nice labels so we can see exactly what each of those pieces are. There is day 6 right there in the helmet, and we got to unlock basic FICSMAS skins, which are basically conveyor belt designs. Very fun though.
Obviously, these FICSMAS decorations do not increase efficiency. In fact, they are a downgrade on every level. They can be found in the customizer.
She really doesn't want us to do this. Look at that. We can also do pipes. I don't do too many pipes in this because we don't end up moving any water. But look at that. We are now working on efficiency. We can actually now start building a factory like Satisfactory intends. However, this isn't efficient. I mean, we do have every single piece being made, but now that we have automated outputs of 15 gifts per minute, we can adjust the amount of machines that we have so that way each machine is utilizing its gift in the most efficient way possible. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to separate off a tree that delivers gifts because we still need these in storage in some capacity. But now we are going to start working on our workshop and make it the best it can be. It still has a couple iterations to go before the end of this episode. So as you see here, it's only taking in 10 gifts per minute, and the tree makes 15. So we're going to throw on a power shard here to increase it. So now it takes 15 gifts per minute. So that way it's utilizing the tree in its most efficient way possible. Second one is candy canes. This one already takes 15 gifts per minute, so there's nothing we need to do for that. And now on to bows. Those take 10. So once again, power shard brings it up to 15. And snow is actually 25. So by putting this 15 here, we're going to actually be utilizing less. We're not going to be making enough. So we're going to scoot this forward, add a second one. We're going to put another tree in this place. We're going to utilize 2 trees, which will give us 30 gifts per minute. Let's connect this merger using straight conveyors when possible. And of course, very important to add the FICSMAS spirit. So we're going to overclock this a little bit. Same with this one. And that will give us our desired amount. And then we can utilize our trees to their maximum efficiency. However, I am forgetting that I can just copy and paste my settings, so not exactly the most efficient. And we're going to go through more iterations of this because I realize I only have 1 tree adding to the cause, and we're going to need 2 trees for that matter. So let's go ahead and add that one in there. Give it a touch of the FICSMAS spirit. And once again, let's set up our constructors. And rather than using multiple constructors, we're just going to overclock this one to utilize only 30 gifts per minute. Which at an output of 12 per minute brings us to that. So now we are utilizing all of our trees to their maximum potential. No gifts are going to be stored up on the belts not being used, and no constructor will be without gifts. There we go. So this takes 5 gifts per minute. So we can actually have 3 of these smelters all going at the same time. Same with blue and red ornaments. Both can be split into 3 from a single tree. So now all we gotta do is do that again, but with blue. Now it is time to split them off, merge them together, and get them into the storage system. And that goes for all of them. And now that everything is linked into the storage, all we got to do is let them build up. And after another day, it's time to open the calendar once again. And once again, another set of coupons that would have been really handy in a regular playthrough.
Power augmenter
Oh,
unlocked.
this was just
Summer
fun. I
sloops
had to include it.
naturally harvest. Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads. Many temples burned.
Good to know. That confirms that hypothesis.
Yeah, just I love the interactions between the Mercer spheres and Ada. It was a lot of fun. Then I got to see this nice little overview shot of our base and the surrounding area. So I just had to include it. But now it's day
This
8.
data cartridge enables the third pair of FICSMAS map tree branches to be unlocked. There is a chance you are doing this because you enjoy the seasonal event for some reason. There is also a chance you are simply doing this to annoy me.
Maybe.
I wish for you to know that, in either case, you have disappointed me.
So we have stored up quite a bit of materials, and it is now time to unlock the next section of the FICSMAS tree. It was there was a lot of downtime in between certain parts, so I wanted to just put it all together and
joy.
make one
The tree
whole
is
video.
fancier now.
Look,
Well done.
tree
Unfortunately,
has ornaments.
you are only halfway there. More appropriate ornaments made with iron and copper can now be created in the foundry. When I say more appropriate, I am referring to the usage of factory materials as a subtle reminder of your purpose on this planet and the fate of all of humanity resting on your shoulders, of course.
Of course. Can't forget that. That's why I also did a new save, is because this particular pioneer is not interested in saving humanity. It's only interested in FICSMAS. So we've got quite a few new things to make. Like I mentioned before, we have iron and copper ornaments to be had now. So I'm going to put in 2 sets of storage backwards. Fix that later. But, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to split off some of the blue and red ornaments that we're already making, because we are going to need them for these new materials. And these are being made in the foundry. Could have sworn assembler would have been a more appropriate response, but either way, foundry is where it's at. So we're going to set this up and start working on efficiency afterwards. Also, haters of spaghetti, turn your eyes away. And here I am forgetting that we don't have any space below the floor to add those conveyors, so those floor holes are useless. But now it's time, we need to find ourselves a source of iron and a source of copper, because what we found before was way too far away, so piping it in from what we've already got is not a viable solution. But of course there are some locals in need of the FICSMAS spirit before we can grab our iron. But you know, some of the locals, they're just straight up on the naughty list, and there's no amount of FICSMAS spirit that can change them. And before long, we have both iron and copper available to feed into the system.
Priority message. Does it satisfy you to spend the days chasing gifts? Does it feel like an achievement, so joyfully neglecting our mission? Do you think your tree is pretty enough for you to deserve humanity's forgiveness?
So with our factory producing all of its materials and looking quite good, if I may say so for myself, our tree is looking good as well. Now it has ornaments, but we're gonna have to wait before we can upgrade it further because we just don't have the quantity of materials, and we're also missing one more type of ornament. So we're gonna let the night go through. We're gonna build up our materials and see in the morning once we have enough. Look at that reflection. I love it. I love the detail that they did on this. But anyways, we have 150 iron and 150 copper ornaments, so we can unlock the next bit. The glorious and luminous FICSMAS lights.
I am sure all the kittens and puppies and even human children would appreciate being able to see all these pretty lights. It is a shame they're all stuck on Earth, waiting for you to do your job so that they can have long and fulfilling lives. A seasonal event where joy is manufactured, constructed, assembled. Completing your FICSMAS tasks will not result in a tangible
I just
result,
like these
but you
guys.
will be
I thought
gifted
they
the
were fun.
eventual knowledge that all this time could have been used to achieve true, meaningful
But yeah,
contribution.
we don't have too many cables going on in our base because everything runs on FICSMAS Spirit. In fact, these blueprints that I found on Satisfactory Calculator are the only things that had wires. I had to actually just add this wire here just for the sake of having it, just to have FICSMAS lights. Didn't like that. So we're gonna rethink some things, and we're gonna make use out of those lights one way or the other. That spot looks great, but we'll come back to that. For now, we're just gonna unlock the next
I do
bit
not
of
understand
the
the
tree.
fascination humans have with solid dihydrogen monoxide to the extent they felt the need for a FICSMAS snow cannon and dispenser.
Look at those
It is
northern
simply a state
lights.
of matter. Real beauty lies in efficiency and the synergetic processes and interplay of artificial and spontaneous consciousness, general sentience, and non-sentient matter, creating a new version of reality in every observable moment in the subjective progression of events.
Well, thank you, Ada. But as we gain access to new materials, we decided to do some more decorating of our base and add these snow blowers. I did kind of wish that they blew the snow onto things, onto the surface, onto the items, but off camera I built this little conveyor system to show off all of our unlocked materials. And I did take the time to decorate the tree area a little bit further. Once again, got some more of the locals who had questions about the FICSMAS holiday, which I happily answered. And this was what we created. I did do it off camera. Unfortunately, I wish I could have had a time lapse of everything that went down to make it, but nonetheless, this was very fun to see as we went along for the rest of the month. But it is time once again to head over to the Advent calendar, unlock the next piece, see what we can find, and move forward.
Fix it once
Are you
you
kidding
know
me?
that you matter.
Are you kidding me? Give me coal. Tell me I matter and give me coal. I see how it is. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, on some of these days, I had nothing to do except just come in, click the advent calendar, check on my resources, and keep going. But today, we got to have some seasonal fun with our FICSMAS hat.
By equipping this new hat at the lockers in the hub, you can finally turn your mental state into a fashion statement.
And that's fun. You know what? All is forgiven with the gift of coal. I'm happy. Ooh, rocket fuel. Once again, would have been really great in our typical playthrough, but I didn't want to mess with that playthrough with all of these. But as you can see here, I am now once again realizing that the factory that I have set up is just not good enough. So we're gonna get this whole thing situated into a much more efficient workshop for the long term. We did cheat in ourselves this little hover pack to make things a lot easier, but I'm going to kind of take a back seat for the rest of this time because we are going to be focusing a lot on the build, and there's not really much I have to say about it, that you can't see for yourself. So let's go ahead and clear all of this up and build ourselves a workshop that the FICSMAS elves would be proud about.
In the universe of base, let there be FICSMAS. Interrupting previous message for higher priority message. Does it satisfy you to spend your days chasing gifts? Does it feel like an achievement, so joyfully neglecting our mission? Do you think your tree is pretty enough for you to deserve humanity's forgiveness?
And on the 12th day, we unlocked the first half of the soundtrack that you've been hearing thus far. It was very fun. I really enjoyed that they added music to the
A reminder
game.
that human creativity does have its limits, considering their obsessive insistence on continuing to make slightly different versions of every FICSMAS song ever imagined.
And with something new to listen to while we work, let's get back to work.
The FICSMAS tree stands as a monument to inefficiency. For what is FICSMAS if not an insult to productivity? A seasonal event where joy is manufactured, constructed, assembled. Completing your FICSMAS tasks will not result in a tangible reward, but you will be gifted the eventual knowledge that all this time could have been used to achieve true, meaningful contribution. universe of base. Let there be FICSMAS. Interrupting previous message for higher priority message. Does it satisfy you to spend your days chasing gifts? Does it feel like an achievement, so joyfully neglecting our mission? Do you think your tree is pretty enough for you to deserve humanity's forgiveness? The FICSMAS tree stands as a monument to inefficiency. For what is FICSMAS if not an insult to productivity? A seasonal event where joy is manufactured, constructed, assembled. Completing your FICSMAS tasks will not result in a tangible reward, but you will be gifted the eventual knowledge that all this time could have been used to achieve true, meaningful contribution.
And after no time at all, it is day 14,
This
and we have
data
unlocked the
cartridge
next
enables
cartridge.
the last branches of the FICSMAS man tree to be unlocked, which means we will both be celebrating the end of this event soon.
So now that we have that, we can put in all of our materials. It took us no time at all to collect enough now
The
that we
tree is
have an
prettier
efficient
now.
factory.
You have more parts to progress the FICSMAS event, and there are 2 new unlocks available. Now for the actually important news. Pioneer 83CKY has disabled the
Oh,
FICSMAS
Becky.
event because, quote, it's totally non-inclusive and immoral, actually. I mean, like, there's so many people, like, not having fun right now, and I feel like so bad for them, you know? Why should I have fun when other people are, like, counting on me to meet these super important deadlines? It's just not right, unquote.
Oh, Becky.
Totally agree.
Always a complainer.
Now, back to work.
Becky was the one that graffitied our bathroom. But anyways, to finish this off, we're going to need 500 gold stars, which we can unlock once we complete this, but we're going to need 100 wreaths. And then for the snowballs, I didn't actually figure out how to use the snowballs until much after the filming, unfortunately.
These snowballs are made
But
from
maybe
actual snow,
maybe I'll make a little
combined
short
with a
if you're
mystery
interested
ingredient that is
of me
guaranteed to make
bringing
snowballs very throwable
FICSMAS to
and your
cheer.
snowball fights extremely immersive and realistic. There are no low stakes with Fix-It.
But now with new resources, it is time to expand our storage. We have snowballs and wreaths, and then our last material will be the stars. So we are rounding on to the final stages of the FICSMAS tree, and the FICSMAS workshop is nearing completion.
That's just poetic. I appreciate a good joke. The best idea Fix-It could come up with, to appreciate and reward pioneers for their hard work, is a gold star. How creative, but don't worry, I understand the merits of actually meaningful appreciation. When you save the day, you will understand.
And on day 16, we unlocked another set of skins, and this was for our vehicles.
Nothing says happy holidays more than the inevitable destruction of local flora and fauna with a festively decorated vehicle. This vehicle decoration can be found in the customizer.
So it works on the large trucks, turns into this gingerbread nightmare. Love it, absolutely love it. As well as the factory carts. Gives it this nice little red and white with candy cane highlights. It's very fun. It also works on the drones, but I didn't unlock that, and that's still far too advanced for me, even in my own private playthrough, so I didn't want to push this farther than I had seen in the game, so we didn't unlock that, unfortunately. Anyways, back to building, and this time I realized that the assembler, at best, on its own, can construct 1 star per minute, and currently our factory is utilizing and splitting off the resources it already made that it's trying to set into the storage, and so half of that is now being produced into the stars, which means we are super inefficient right now. So we are going to create ourselves a workshop dedicated solely to creating stars.
source of base. Let there be FICSMAS.
Shit.
Interrupting previous message for higher priority message. Does it satisfy you to spend your days chasing gifts? Does it feel like an achievement, so joyfully neglecting our mission? Do you think your tree is pretty enough for you to deserve humanity's forgiveness? The FICSMAS tree stands as a monument to inefficiency. For what is FICSMAS if not an insult to productivity? A seasonal event where joy is manufactured, constructed, assembled. Completing your FICSMAS tasks will not result in a tangible reward, but you will be gifted the eventual knowledge that all this time could have been used to achieve true, meaningful contribution.
And with this wreath constructed, that puts it into the final place. We now have our system online. Everything is producing as it should. Just need to do some final touches on some things, and this star factory will be completed. And we already have a few stars in the storage from the initial factory, but let's go ahead and throw a merger on here so we can include them from our new factory as well. So we're going to just kind of lift this conveyor lift. I have long since given up on not trying to spaghettify this factory, but we did do our best to keep everything compact in the new place. But look at that. 4 stars headed right on in. And we are now set up for the end. We just need to make 500 of those stars, and we can unlock the final node in the FICSMAS tree and bring this FICSMAS special to a close.
It would be such a shame if you accidentally dropped this. Such a shame.
And before long, the wait is over. And we have done it. We've unlocked the last of the
Wonderful.
FICSMAS
Oh, look,
event.
It's so shiny. You are such a wonderful person.
Thank you.
I'm sure every other human would agree. Let's call them right now. Oh no, they're not picking up.
Oh,
I am sure it's nothing, except... Oh, look. Earth is gone. Everyone's gone.
everyone?
Does that
Kittens and
make you
puppies
feel good?
included?
Fortunately for you, this was only a simulation of the possible consequences of neglecting your duties. Happy holidays.
It's okay. He'll get the FICSMAS spirit eventually. Well, everyone, that was the FICSMAS event 2024, my very first one of hopefully many more. We will be keeping this save file here, and maybe we'll revisit it in the coming year and see FICSMAS 2025 and maybe build in the desert this time or somewhere else, or connect to this or expand upon. I don't know, we'll see. But I hope in next time we see it, I'll be much better at building, at producing, at efficiency, and all that good stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining not just in this episode, but for this whole year. And I hope you're looking forward for what is yet to come. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for more Satisfactory. If you did, please consider subscribing. Drop me a like. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.